What's going on, YouTube and all you drunken misfits out there? Jeremy D. Glass here, aka I am motherfucking drunk, y'all. And today we're doing a whiskey review on Johnnie Walker's A Song of Fire, Game of Thrones little limited edition blended Scotch whiskey. Now, I have not tried this. I actually have never even drank Johnnie Walker's, so this is going to be a new experience for me. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing a taste test of the whiskey. Then we're also going to be doing another test of it, throwing it into a whiskey sour and seeing how it tastes there. But before we get into that, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to today's sponsor of the video, essentially, and that is Skull Shaver with the Pitbull Pro Gold that I have. Now, y'all you may have seen my other video. Did a review on this little thing here. Amazing product. The reason I'm giving them a sponsor today in today's video is because they just sent me this. Now, they wanted me to do a review on it, but I couldn't do a full video review for the channel with just this, especially after already reviewing the Pitbull Pro, Gold Pro. But I did want to do something for them because they sent me the FT3 blade and they sent me some of these grips. So if you're in Winkler County and you want a phone grip, let me know. I can get you one of them. Also, what I want to talk about too is everything on their website I have had zero issues with. Whether it be their scrubs, aftershave balm, or their shaving cream, their blades, or their product, the Pitbull Pro Gold. I'm pretty sure all the other ones are just fantastic. I have zero issue with them. You can see the shininess of this chrome dome over here. I just actually got the shower. Actually tested this, used it on my arms because I plan on keeping my facial hair. Used it down here. Zero irritation. Also found, too, I prefer this one on the back of my neck where I was having irritation before with the 4-blade, a little bit of irritation. This one, zero irritation with it. So big shout out to them and a big thank you, Skull Shaver, for sending that out to me. It's a product I use multiple times a week. I shave my head probably every other day, maybe sometimes every 3 days, but I use it constantly, and I am one of my best purchases of the year by far. All right, now that we're done with that, let's go ahead and hop into today's video. So, go ahead and crack this open and give this just a quick little taste test. Now, I'm not a whiskey connoisseur. I'm not a liquor connoisseur. I am not trained in any of that stuff. So if you're one of the fancy guys out there that like to sip the whiskey and get all the tasting notes, that's not me. I'm a drinker. I'm an alcoholic, and I just like to drink. So, first off, that smells amazing. Also, a big shout out to Dalton. Dalton bought this for us. And that just smells really good. Put a little bit in the cap here. Whew. I said I'm not a straight whiskey drinker. I could do shots of it, for that's for sure. I mean, it's good. It's good. It went down smooth. Taste wise, wasn't the biggest fan of the taste. Definitely had a. I'm trying to think. I could taste alcohol, and I know that sounds dumb. I could taste whatever the fuck they call it. I can't think of the flavor. Like it tasted like straight just alcohol. You know, I didn't really get too much of a whiskey flavor out of that. Maybe that's because it's Scotch whiskey and not bourbon whiskey or just regular whiskey like I'm used to. But would I just drink this, put some ice in a glass? No, not a fan of it so far. On that aspect, I mean, it was smooth. That was about the thing. No burn going down. Just the taste wasn't a fan of. So the reason I'm doing these is because I want to put them through a test, and that is the whiskey sour. Whiskey sour is probably my favorite drink, so let's go ahead and do that. So I have a shaker here. You're supposed to shake whiskey sours. I use a premix. So the way you want to prepare this is 1.5 shots of your whiskey. There we go. 1.5 of your whiskey, and then you want 4 ounces of your sweet and sour mix. I prefer to use the Finest Called Sweet and Sour. That is my favorite by far. Let's go ahead and open this up and get these in here. Also, just a heads up, pour over your shaker. It's a lot less messy in the long run. 2, 3. And now we got our ingredients in there. You already know what's next. Give it a little shake. Now, I've still not perfected the art of getting these fuckers off, so give me a second. There it is right there. Cooperated with me this time. Now, smelling it, you can definitely smell the whiskey coming through. I like that. I really do enjoy that in my whiskey sours. Too much sour mix overbears the whiskey, and you don't get any of the smell or the flavor. And that's what I like about whiskey sours, is because you can get the flavor profile of the whiskey without the harshness of it. So, into my lowball glass. And there. So, like I said, we're going to go get into this whiskey a little bit more here while that cools off. Go ahead and read the back here, because I do put a lot of time into some of these bottles and the stories of them, which I really enjoy. Fire consumes everything it touches. It melts steel to bone, the sharpest, deadliest blades. Fire courses through the veins of House Targaryen and is made flesh in the form of its dragons with fire in their blood. The Targaryen dragons breathe ferocious flames like a scorching blaze. They roar their verse of a song of ice and fire. Johnnie Walker, A Song of Fire, is a blended Scotch whiskey inspired by the beast of the sky. Peated malt from Cole Ela lends, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Cole Ela, I think. Lends subtle smoke tempered by a rich, round sweetness. A full-bodied flavor delivers subtle red fruit, a hint of spice, and sweet smoke. This blended Scotch whiskey is best enjoyed neat for a warm, smooth finish. Now, obviously, Johnnie Walker, they've been making whiskey for a good little bit. Like I said, I don't know if it's because of Scotch that I didn't like this. I've had other whiskeys that I've just preferred straight out. This one was not one of them. And I'm going to continue this series here and quite a bit through. I'm planning on going through a lot of whiskeys doing this test, and I plan on getting some more cocktails to throw in here as well, besides just the whiskey sour. The whiskey sour is going to be the basis. The whiskey sour will always be in every video, because that's my favorite. But I want to learn some other cocktails to make with the whiskey to see if maybe the whiskey sour isn't their niche. Maybe this other one is. But go ahead and get into the tasting of the whiskey sour here. Looks absolutely amazing, by the way. Love this drink. Man. Now, this is the mix I always use, 4 ounces to 1.5. But really, I am just not getting any of the whiskey out of this. Like, I don't know. It just seems like the flavor, like I said, there wasn't much flavor to this whiskey when I took it straight. It was just, an alcoholic flavor, that the nasty alcoholic flavor, the flavor you don't want, the flavor when you take a shot, you go, as you saw me do with it. And I didn't take a shot. I took it just a little bit. But really this sweet and sour mix is just really overpowering that whiskey in this one. And I'm not a fan of that. I said I like to actually get the tasting notes of the whiskey out of the sweet and sour or the whiskey sours, and I'm just not getting that with this one. It's just getting completely overshadowed by everything else in there. But I just feel like these doesn't have much flavor, and that's really disappointing because this is actually a pricier liquor when it comes to just your average liquors, your Jim Beams, your Jack Daniel and stuff. This is actually up there in a little bit more pricier category, like mid-tier, nothing crazy, but still just feel kind of ripped off by it, like it's not that great. We read the back, HBO sponsored Game of Thrones, TM ad, blah, 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 blah. Fancy bottle. Love the design of the bottle. Looks fucking absolutely amazing. Nice little lid, Game of Thrones up there. But other than that, that's all it really got going for it. Flavor profile just from straight up the whiskey itself. I said there wasn't too much with it. I got a little bit of the smokiness with it, not a whole lot, just a small hint when it first hit my tongue. Um, it smelled good. You could definitely smell flavors in it, but like I said, even this aroma is not actually coming through too much on this. Now that I'm sitting here smelling it, the aroma is not coming through too much out of the sweet and sour mix. And the thing is, you can tell it's the right amount of sweet and sour mix. When you put too much sweet and sour mix, your tongue gets way too dry, way too fast. Sorry, I'm seeing that in my beard there on the video, or my mustache. But it it's hard, a little bit hard to explain. You can tell when there's too much sweet and sour mix. I mean, it's just obvious, you know. Um, but in this, I put just the right amount. You know, it's a good whiskey sour as far as I can just sit here and drink it and not get my mouth dried out and all that stuff. And I could drink multiple of them. But as far as the flavor actually coming through, it's just not doing it for me. So rating wise, I'm gonna be rating these. I'm gonna give them a 1 out of 10 system. I think a 1 out of 5 is more for restaurants giving a 5-star or whatever review. Out of these, I'm gonna go through a 1 through 10. And honestly, on this Game of Thrones one, I am going to give it. I'm gonna list around my head a little bit. I'm taking everything into consideration. The smell, so that was a plus on it. Smells great. Taste, not really there for the straight up taste, and the whiskey sour didn't help it any either. I'm gonna give it like a 3. Like I'm not gonna buy this again. That's for sure. I do plan on buying the Song of Ice if I can find it because these were limited, and giving that one a try. But as far as the Song of Fire blended Scotch whiskey from Johnnie Walker, not a fan of. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3. Would not buy again. It just did not hit any nails on the head. Like I said, I plan on adding more cocktails into this series. So be looking forward to that, and keeping a lookout for that. As always, let me get my mouse in place here. As always, stay motherfucking drunk, y'all.